Okay, welcome back. Let me show you what I've done. This monstrosity here is temporary, and it's making me some conveyor belts. I'm not sure how exactly I'm going to do that. I need zipper merges to get it a little less of an octopus. We'll see. And also the, I can't remember what they're called, but they're the one-way storage hoppers. I'm going to need those soon. I have, right here, I have iron gear maker and lightweight machine housing. These helped me get all these lovely storage hoppers. I also have a plate maker, a wire maker, a coiler, and a PCB maker. Typically I do one line per thing I'm going to need, so you know, these will be maybe copper wires, and then if I need some other sort of wire, iron wire, I would make another one. However, right now while I'm just getting started, I can pretty much use them for anything while I'm doing it manually. And that's all I built. It's not a ton. I discovered more coal in my way. I'm gonna have to start pulling that out. And I'm ready to get some stuff done. You wouldn't think it from how little is over there. I also have a couple storage containers over here, but I've spent maybe an hour waiting on copper, waiting on tin, shuffling things around, so I'm bored with that now and ready to move on. Now, plans are subject to change, but I think what I'm going to do is, first off, I'm going to definitely put that forced induction top on my smelter. And then I'm going to automate the copper to use one of the extra early starting smelters. And then I'm going to get some guns made, get some power run down, and automate the tin and iron to bring itself to the top. And then at the end of that, maybe I can go find some lithium, and lithium will stay manual for now. So a lot planned. Hopefully it won't take forever, but that's kind of the name of this game, is sometimes things take forever. Forced induction. Short on copper wire. Of course I am. Luckily, it's easy to make that now. So this was the wire, right? Alright. If I was doing this for a while, I'd probably put signs down to make sure it's making, to help me remember what I'm supposed to put in things. But I'll be switching this out anyway, as soon as I get a chance. Oh, I already had some in there, so that's helpful. Turn on the copper for a little while. I'm running very low on all bars, so let's see how quickly this can move along. There we go. That should help speed things up. And while I'm at it, I'm probably going to want... Oh. Basically, it's just telling me to go make these things, or at least use them. I'm also going to want a little more room. So, right now, when this storage hopper fills up, this is gonna stop working. So, just for now, I can double its capacity so it doesn't fill up as badly while I'm off doing things. Let's put a little more trash in here to get this to work. I'm up to 585 construction paste, so that's pretty thrilling. I didn't bother to switch out my floor in my room. Usually I will replace the floor with the grooved cement or whatever custom block I'm using, but I didn't this time. That would have taken forever. Just waiting on construction paste. So over there, to set up a new smelter, I'm going to actually need power. I'm going to need one of these pyrothermic generators. I need more copper wire. Actually do 20. So when you're doing this, it's a good idea to replenish it and grab what you have. Because if I had not replenished it last time, I would have been sitting there waiting for it to make me how many ever copper wire, and I would have gotten annoyed. So even though I'm running really low on bars, I still want to start building those things up a bit and letting them sit in their storage hopper so they're there when I need them later.
Crafting.
So we have one pyrothermic generator. I'm going to want one of the green mini hoppers. We'll do it here. One green mini hopper.
Crafting.
I'm probably going to want more big storage hoppers. I can make one.
Crafting.
And for now, I do have plenty of conveyor belts. So I'm going to just set this up. I'll probably leave this and set it up maybe right here. Well, that's not ideal because then it's going to be slow. Let's let that finish on its own, and let's actually dig down a bit. Because I want to not use too much of these slow conveyor belts, and there's no reason to go along replacing them with fast conveyor belts when I don't actually need it to move by very much yet. What do I got here? So that looks like... Let's stick a storage hopper remove only right here. And then stick the... Might have taken them off the bar. Stick one of the basic ore smelters right here. That was weird. I'm gonna need one more storage hopper to really get this working. And I'm gonna need power in here. So the way I'll normally just do power on something like this, let's do one PTG, one little mini hopper, and then dump in some coal. This is not the ideal way to do it. I would really prefer to have, you know, a battery and 2 PTGs. But if it'll run off of 1 PTG, I'm just gonna do that for now because I really don't want to waste the resources. And let that start accumulating. I think it'll accumulate like 20 or 30 copper bars in there before it runs out of room. But I need to go make it a storage hopper ASAP. What do I need for storage hoppers? Probably a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. I need some iron gears and some lightweight machine housings. So I'm gonna dump all 42 of my tin bars in here. That's pretty sad. And 20 of my iron in there. I don't think I have any waiting. See. What a bad call, April. Always replenish. And then this is running out of everything. I should... Oh, I also want to put another storage hopper here, so I can give it more stuff. I actually really would like to do the iron... or the ore thief. Let's just get us an ore thief set up. Ore thief. I need 9 of them.
Crafting. Crafting. Crafting.
9 of them. I'm going to need... they'll need power. So I think I'll just stick it over here.
Structure complete.
And I can... So I would usually want to put maybe 5 of the big storage hoppers here, but instead we're just going to do this. Alright, let's see if I can get that storage hopper for the copper.
Crafting. Crafting.
Okay, and then... Let's see if this worked. It worked! It filled up nicely. It's not a great pace. The difference between the basic smelters and the later smelters is really pretty striking, even before you account for tops. So this is going to be sad for a while, but at least it can sit there and run while we deal with our other things. And our other things, we're going to need to go downstairs, and we're going to need guns to do that. So what are my gun options right now? Oh, they changed these. They use iron gears and lightweight machine housings now. Everything uses iron gears and lightweight machine housings. I appreciate that. I don't like the turret Mark 1. They're a smaller area. They seem to take a little longer to kill things, at least when I played before. Your Minox used to have a chance to eat a couple things, and over time that would really add up to your hives growing. So I would love to have the second level of guns, but I think I have to do research to get to that. Let's see. Yeah, I think I have to do research in order to have those. And I had not planned to set up research. That's next episode. So let's try it out with the easy guns. We'll find out later if I horribly regret that. Gonna need a fair number of them. 3 seems a little light, but okay. I need 10. Really have anything to put back in here. I will regret that later. Later when I yell about not replenishing things. You know who to blame. Let's take 4 down with me, because we won't have to do the whole length. I'm just not sure how long that length is, and I don't want to be wrong. If you're wrong and stuff starts eating your ore, all bad. These, I'm really gonna want one of these for sending power down. I probably only need 1, but I'm gonna want it. So charged lithium coils. Let's make a weird little temporary charged lithium coils. So for that, I'm going to need actually coils, I think. Oh, I gotta make it.
Crafting.
So this, I'm gonna need lithium to make this. Oh, it's always something. Okay, so this is easy enough. It's going to need coils, which is easy enough. But I'm gonna have to be digging up lithium in order to do that. I'm going to need... Okay, new plan. Nope, because I need power for the guns. Yeah, let's go get our lithium running. I'm gonna need a drill for that. Iron gore, iron gear, lightweight machine housings, and copper wire. So let's start off lightweight machine housings. We can do a little more iron gears and a little of copper wire. I hope that was copper wire. Yeah, it's copper wire. Let's do a run to get more tin and iron ore. And then once we have that, hopefully we can go make ourselves a drill and then come back and dig a pit. Everybody's favorite thing, digging pits. So typically, over here, this room, once I finish building it around there, is going to be just mechanical assembly lines, so things which do not require any power. And then I'll start another room for my electronic items. So at some point, once I get a zipper merge, I'm going to move the conveyor belt automation probably into here, or maybe I'll start one just for materials, building materials, I should say. And then this will also need to be in a different room once I figure out what I'm doing. It doesn't need to sit up here. Oh, I was supposed to be grabbing things over here. Seven lightweight machine housings. That's a decent start. I'm amazed at how much stuff requires lightweight machine housings now, because it's just a lot of tin. It's 6 tin, and it used to be a lot of those things just required a couple tin instead. I'm not on the ore extractors. Ore extractors were always expensive, but otherwise. So I'm going to want a storage hopper. I do have one storage hopper. I'm going to want power storage block. I have one, and I can't make them anyway. And I have a drill. I'm going to need a lift, but I already have a lift that I didn't use last time. We're off to make some lithium. Well, find, I should say. What is unknown? That keeps happening. I edited about 5 minutes in an earlier video of me trying to figure out why I keep finding an unknown block, because I don't know where it is. Never found it. Still haven't found it. So I like to keep these nice and neat. Let's get another torch somewhere so this isn't quite so dark. Torch there. Torch there. And finish digging this out. We'll stick a torch over there. But yeah, I like to make this nice and neat, so it's a little room with 2 lifts side by side. They're kind of daisy chained together, so next time I come through here to go lower, I can just run over 2 spaces and get on the next lift and go up and down as I need to. 1, 2. I also try to go down 64. Even though I probably only have to go down maybe 10, 15 to find lithium. I can't remember how much it is, but it's not a ton. But if I do that, and I have a 10 square tall lift, when it comes time to daisy chain all the way down to nickel, it gets annoying to have that many lifts, right? If I have one at every 64, it's annoying. But if I have a few in there that are only 10 long, that is even more annoying. So, -64 plus -64, I'm probably aiming for about 124. I don't try to get it exactly right, because if I go 1 too far and it doesn't quite reach, I always get very annoyed. But let's go for 125. Oh, I should think about something else to talk about, because digging a pit, it's gonna take a while. I'm not really sure what to talk about, though. It's interesting with this game how different it is from when it was first in early access, and, well, when I first started playing it, and then versus now. The dev has definitely a vision for it, and things have been changing to fit that vision. And sometimes I'm not sure that vision was really present in the earlier versions I was playing, such as all this automation. I mean, I think he wanted it to be that level of automation all along, but it wasn't quite implemented. So having to spend the early parts kind of running around, and that's gonna get annoying. Well, we'll be, so if we've got ore in the shaft like this, it's going to prevent the lift from raising. I can grapple to get out for now, but later it'll get annoying, but I can also just dig through those too. Mission report, this is interesting. I like to take a quick glance. The big thing I'm looking at is the none infested. That'll tell me if there are any Minox. And I typically ignore a lot of the rest because there's always something that I kind of don't mind. And my cat wants to nuzzle the microphone. She's figured out that I don't like it when she lays against the microphone and purrs. Therefore, that is the place she wants to be. So back to vision. The level of kind of trade-off to try to get some of the material automation working, I wasn't really present when I first started playing the game. I would have still enjoyed it, but I would have a very different experience. So it's interesting now to try to kind of cope with that when I'm not used to it having to be that manual. There's been a lot of kind of stages. At one point, you were able to smelt things right at the, down at the veins. So you could use a smelter. You needed to bring down power. PTGs didn't work beyond a certain depth, but the smelter did work. And so it actually saved you a lot of bringing ore to the surface. You were just bringing up the bars, and that was interesting. That went away years ago. But it's funny how much you'll go and you'll find tutorials and stuff for the game, and it's telling you to do that. And it's like, no. That doesn't work at all. I feel bad for anybody who gives that a try without realizing that they're looking at an old tutorial. That's kind of the curse of games that spend a while in early access too, is there's always that initial flurry of people filling out wikis and making tutorials on YouTube and all that, and then everything changes, and that all becomes invalidated, and it might or might not get updated. Oh, nice. I was thinking I was going to fall. So that's the big danger when you're digging a pit, is you suddenly dig right out from under yourself and you fall to your death. So there are these little caves throughout as you're going down. The big green cave down in the toxic level is usually quite high. I frequently kill myself, and then it's just a pain to fix that situation, because if you go and jump back into your pit later to try to finish it, you're just going to fall to your death again. But no, that was very nicely on the side of the cave. I'm happy. So I said I was going for 125. I'm hoping I'll still be able to just dig right over into that cave, because caves are also wonderful for saving you digging. I'm sure that there was some lithium visible over there. And if so, that'll definitely save some digging. Or maybe there's some right there. Is that really lithium? Well, the hunt is, no, it's tin. I can never tell in the lighting. If that was lithium, I was gonna laugh. No, we're still gonna have to find the lithium. Okay, I'm gonna put down the lift, even though it's not gonna want to go all the way up. I'll fix that area that I broke. I don't have much power, but I have enough to do one quick... Yeah, no. Oh, that's not gonna do much good. I'm surrounded by unknown, whatever that is, bedrock. So let's go back up to the top. And I hit the hole. And then once I'm up there... I can research that and then go back down and do another ping for unknown. In the meantime... I do really miss it telling me what I just researched or found. That's, getting old. Got power. Got tin running. We got a bunch of iron and tin here, too. That's pretty awesome. Let's go grab the copper to make sure it didn't fill up. Probably didn't. No, it's done 64 copper bars. Oh, let's make sure I didn't run low on coal either. So, these little green logistics hoppers only hold tin, and they're very slow, but they're very cheap. And they're great for sticking on top of a pyrothermic generator to hold coal. But you do have to remember to refill them every so often. Let's definitely make more of these. I know I'll need more of those. 20 more iron gears. 10 more copper wires. And then let's go back down there with my nifty new power and... I'm starting to build up a little bit with like bedrock, rock, rough-hewn rock. So that's what the garbage thief is for cleaning out. My inventory's still in a good spot. I've still got 4 rows left, which is nice and open by my standards, because I usually let that thing get full and a whole pain to manage. I'm gonna refill these a little bit before I go back up, or we'll go back down.
You are running low on energy.
while I'm down there I can find a couple of these crystals so it doesn't hum so much, and also because I can use the research points. Hey, it worked! Ah, mods on the Steam Workshop. Thank you for mentioning it, Elevator. We should go over that. Ooh, there's something right there. That's gonna be fun. Okay. Ping. I think heading this way hopefully will be shortest. Because I think this is the side that'll stick me over into that cave, I think. So, even better. Yes. Very nice. One tip is before you go wandering around in a cave, mark how you got into it, or you are never finding your way back. I just use a bunch of torches. There's a camel bot around here. I don't like camel bots. I don't know what it is about camel bots. They just scare me. Go away. Go away. Oh, I don't even have a gun either. So that's a camel bot. It is looking for some power to latch onto and suck on. They'll hang out near your batteries and all that. And they can eat a fair amount of power, so you need to clear them out. However, your guns ignore them. You have to clear them out yourself, which gets pretty old. I mean, just leaving a couple of them going for a while is fine. I don't actually need to collect those. I can scan them, the crystals, and that would be enough. But I can, I just grabbed it. I don't know why. You can leave it here to stay as a light source for now. I don't use them for much, the different crystals. So, alright. Are any of you lithium? So it takes 5 coal to make a torch, and I'm putting torches everywhere. This is why I always run by earlier, and I was running by and grabbing coal. Because when I run out of coal for making torches in caves, I get annoyed. That's... I waste a lot of coal on caves. Probably not supposed to do that, but whatever. Okay, ping unknown. Lithium. Lithium is lower. Or there seem to be some over here. Right here. Kind of behind this hole. There we go. Let's get this going. I am not going to give it a power block yet, but I'm definitely giving it a thing to start collecting. And we'll let that run and I'll be back. Was there anything else I needed from in here? Well, I can't really do anything there. I don't know. Unknown material? I think that's something I haven't... Oh. Orbital debris again. I always get startled. If you haven't noticed, I'm easily startled by games. Any time I can hear camel bots nearby, too, I am primed for a jump scare. I have yelled so many times because a camel bot came up behind me, which is dumb. They'll kill you if you stand right in front of them and shoot them, and that's about it. Like, otherwise, They're live and let live, and they just want to steal your power. They still scare me. We got plenty of, well, everything really. Everything but lithium. Let's let the lithium run while I build up the charged lithium coil area. One of these was for the crystal I found, and one of those was for the lithium. Sorry. I was just coughing. Hopefully that mute button worked. If not, you got to listen to me cough. We need coils to be made, which is an extrusion plant, tin plates, more tin plates. Let's go make some tin plates. Plate stamper plant makes plates. I'm gonna make 20 plates. I got 10 copper wire. Probably want a little more iron gear. Because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need more storage right here. So the nice thing about having this is soon I'm not going to have to put my ore on my hotbar anymore. I am going to want lithium. I don't think I've finished making the bars yet, though. Alright, give me some tin plates. One extrusion plant, one coiler plant. So let's... I think it might require multiples, so let's do coiler plant. Oh, that was not ideal. Okay, extrusion needs to back up by one. And let's go make ourselves 2 storage hoppers.
Crafting.
So here, we got lithium going through. We need power, so obviously when I set this up properly, I'll have a power source on there. But whenever you need power on something like that, which doesn't require much, it's always an option to just plunk down a battery and supply it yourself. That'll work for now. No valid attached hoppers, so have a remove only hopper. Yeah, 5 lithium coils. And then we're gonna need one more storage hopper.
Crafting.
We're really gonna need more tin. I put all my tin towards making yet more of the lightweight plates. Let's go get some tin and some lithium. Get the lithium first. I just don't know about diving into something like that. It gets my heart racing every time. 92 lithium ore. Good call. At least that camel bot isn't stealing power from it somehow. I don't know if it can steal power with it from it if I don't stick a battery on top. I'm not sure. If I come back and it's stealing power from it, I'm going to be annoyed. And then the rest I was going to do tin.
Low energy.
And hurry up to the surface before I freeze to death. So that should be lithium. Yes, that was lithium. I'm gonna need one more storage hopper. Oh, I already made it. Okay. In theory, as soon as I have lithium, I should be able to go a little crazy, make some lithium coils. Everything's even, so it's going to make a bar of each. Well, lithium's coming in, so it'll be making lithium. There we go. Let's stick my lithium on the bar. That'll take its time. So why did I need charged lithium coils again? Does anybody remember? I really need to keep myself a little to-do list beside myself when I'm working. I always forget though. See, I have my guns. I have my ore thief. I wonder if I can upgrade anything on me or Arthur. Battery core, 8 coils. And there's nothing for me. I could get a solar cell. Nah. So getting the larger battery sizes is really nice, both for me and for Arthur. But I'd rather just work on what I'm working on. Okay, this should be enough to make a couple coils. Yep, working away. It's gonna take a little while. I was trying to sync power, so in order to do that, I'm gonna need at least one pyrothermic generator.
Crafting.
I can just use the power storage block I've got, and then I'm gonna need a couple of these. There we go. So, as I go down, I only need one to reach down there. One of them will go 64, but because I'm going to be bringing some conveyors back up, I have to put down the guns. So I'm going to have batteries on the way. So I'm probably going to need one more of these. A couple more of these. And I'll have the guns. So... oh, did I let this run dry? Uh-oh. Surface attack detected. Those are those wasps I was talking about. My threat got high enough. I'm using enough power. I'm generating or creating enough bars. Some combo of all that, getting enough ore that my threat went over 100, and now some wasps are going to come along and blow up my base. You can definitely defend before the first wave. I don't have great luck with that. Like, if you're trying to go for an unbroken record of never losing, it can be a little frustrating because there are also just, you know, only one thing is to go wrong, right? You have to run out of power, or you do something like digging out rock that takes a lot of power, and suddenly your threat will spike and you'll have a much bigger wave come along, things like that. So I know some people do that, and it's a lot of fun just to try to make sure you never lose to the wasps, but it's also a pain. I'm not even going to stick around for the attack. It usually takes them a little while to get over here. They'll be coming in from the corners, over there or over there, one of those corners, and they'll eventually fly their way here, attack the base, destroy it, fly off. I am back to wanting to put down power. I think the best way to do that, I'm going to bring it over by a few. Here is a good spot. I need... Where is it? There we go.
Your base is under attack.
Oh, hey, they're already here. Yeah. If I had a gun, I could shoot back. That's also a great way to waste a lot of your time standing there and shooting them manually. At first, when your threat is just barely over 100, they're kind of slow. But eventually, you're going to just have constant waves of them showing up, breaking your stuff, leaving again. I need another one of these little green mini hoppers.
Crafting.
So for now, this can be my power setup. Yeah, right now this is a very weak wave. Look how long it's taking them just to kill my CPH.
You have been defeated.
I have been defeated. Very sad.
You have been defeated.
Oh, it has just to say it twice, just to rub it in.
Base destroyed.
I got 2 of them. I'd like one more before I run off.
Base destroyed.
Oh wow, I got over 100 of them. Got over 100 iron gears. I think I have enough.
Base destroyed.
Okay, settle down. Do you hear that? She just keeps telling me my base is destroyed. I think she's making fun of me.
Crafting.
3 of
You have
those.
been defeated.
3 of those. Maybe if I'm further away, it'll stop mocking me.
You have been defeated.
That's like something from a stress dream. Someone just telling you you have been defeated over and over again.
Base destroyed.
Here we go. I'm gonna go all the way down for now. And I'll worry about building
Base destroyed.
the guns as I come back up and do the conveyors.
You have been defeated. Base destroyed.
Oops.
Base destroyed.
a little bit closer to that than I meant to go. But yeah, here we go. We got power.
You have been defeated.
We're gonna want one here. And I'm actually gonna use the easy, the little ones to connect up to
Base
this.
destroyed.
Man, I wish I had figured out how to
Base destroyed.
do multi-channel, because so multi-channel would be the ability to put sound for myself talking and sound for
You have been
the game in different channels. So that way I could go back and delete her voice.
Base destroyed.
So tin is powered. I'm gonna need to go make a couple more of the easy ones to finish powering the iron. And then I'm going to put down guns and bring up some conveyor belts.
You have been defeated. You have been defeated.
This is not running. Oh, it probably has no power. Or it ran out of tin again. I need to put some real storage hoppers there so it can actually run for a while I'm AFK. That would be really helpful. Well, not AFK, but
Crafting.
going downstairs or whatever I'm up to. My next limiting factor, however, is going to be the amount of power. Whatever. I was coming up here to grab a couple of these. One, two, let's do 4 of them. I'm going to... I have guns. I have plenty of conveyor belts. I will be doing better with those shortly. Let's actually do a couple more of these so I don't have to have
Crafting.
that battery down there. I probably should have replenished my own power while I was up there, but okay. Let's remove this and replace it with a cheapy power thing, even though I'm only moving over by 1. And then let's put a gun here. And put a cheapy power going over here. Is always an adventure. I usually miss them by about 1. There we go. And then... Nice. And then I can remove this battery and use it somewhere else. Okay. Those are both nicely powered. For my next trick, I want to take up the conveyor belts, probably right about here. So I want them nice and close to the power line because I need the power line to power my guns. And I need the guns to keep the binocs off of the conveyor belts. So you can see the range of a gun. Whenever you mouse over it, it appears, but if you mouse over it and press E, it stays on for a minute. It looks like it's not quite reaching all the way, so I'm going to need that battery back anyway. And then I can just stick a gun on top of it. Let's see if that's going to be enough power to keep the gun going. This is the point where I start hitting 15 minutes on my reports that come along every so often, just so I can check that I don't have infestations, because I always think I've got this right, and then it turns out that there's one little conveyor that wasn't covered, and eventually it gets a Minoc. So far not infested. 15 minutes. Once it has a Minoc, we're all over. So I'm going to want a line for tin and a line for iron. Okay. Dig in another pit. Except I'm doing it upwards, just to make it more annoying. And then mark out this gun. So, conveyors will try to turn in the direction of the conveyor you're setting it down beside. So you just have to make sure your first conveyor is pointed in the right direction, and then you can build underneath yourself and they'll be in the right direction, which is very nice. I need to see the gun again. And my depth is negative 47. I'm not sure what depth Minocs start at. I think it's like negative 20 or negative 40. So we're definitely going to take coverage up to at least negative 20. This seemed to have a radius of around a little under 20. Oh yeah, it was 18. So I can go up by another 15 and be safe. Let's make it 14. Be very sure I'm safe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let's dig out a little bit. This smoke is weird and annoying. I don't know why the glow sticks smoke so much. I've never seen them smoke in my own childhood glow stick experiences. And then let's stick a battery. And then I'm gonna have to stick, let's go back a little. Stick a battery, and then below the battery I need the power. And then beside the battery, I need a gun. So the good news about the guns is they can shoot through walls. You don't have to worry about clearing out everything here. Anywhere that these little green sphere covers, that's covered. You don't have to dig out the wall. I was up to 32. This will cover up to about 20. I think I'm gonna do one more. Finding out that you've been feeding a hive with your ore, you have a Minoc somewhere in the walls and you're feeding a hive, is incredibly frustrating. They moved hives up to the surface, so it's a little better. You're more likely to kind of look off to the side and realize you have a giant mountain of this impenetrable material that is blocking you from expanding, which is annoying. But it used to be that your first hive would typically be kind of below your base. So if you accidentally fed a hive down there, it was kind of catastrophic. You just, you couldn't, it would eat your existing ore setup, so you couldn't get that stuff back. You couldn't reach it. And you would have a hard time getting ahead of the issue enough to really get new ore set up, to get a new mine set up. You'd have to run way off to the side and start digging over there, but you wouldn't be near your power sources. And typically, you'd end up just restarting your game, which is not fun. So I'm a little overly cautious about making sure my conveyor belts are well covered by guns. There we go. And we'll check that that's working when we get up there. That should be enough to take this all the way to the surface. Looks okay to me. Yep. Power is building up. This has power. Power is low. Ah, I built in the wrong spot. Well, now I have to go get that gun. Goodbye, gun. I needed you. Yeah, let's just jump. And... uh-oh. Oh, grappling hook. So, if I don't die before I get there, I will definitely die later when I fall like that near the coal cavern, because you can only use your grappling hook once in the coal cavern, and then it has a really long cooldown. It has a cooldown of a couple minutes, and they do that on purpose. Oh my. Well, I'm gonna die now. I love the grappling hook. Okay, repeated impacts. That was just one really good impact. Now I have no power. And I have no health. So everything looks weird. Eventually, while I have power, it'll eat my power to give me health very slowly. There's a new mechanic in the game where there are these ampules that I can use to give myself health. And I typically just ignore those. I haven't really looked into when and how I would use them and how to make more or anything like that. So I'm just kind of letting that be because I know it's something that the dev has been working on for a while. And sometimes things like that get into the game. They're interesting, but they're not entirely necessary for a little while he's still working on them. And so I hate to learn about things too early because they're not fully implemented and they change 3 more times and all that. Okay, the whole point of this was I wanted to put a gun right here. I don't love that it's over my head, but it happens. Okay, and now... Dum-dum! The tin is on the surface. How do I want to go? I think I want to go left. Yeah. Well, that's going to be a problem because I'm using that power in 2 different places. I could also go back around this way, and there's no power to interfere with. So, accommodating the power is no big deal. You can just build over it. Like you can build an up conveyor, build a flat conveyor, and then build another up conveyor, or build a down conveyor, create a little bridge over the power. But it's still a little annoying. I'm just gonna go this way. This is all still a temporary setup. It's, you do a lot of work early on to set up kind of early automation, and then it's all temporary anyway. You're going to be doing better, bigger, and better structures as you go, and you just have to kind of embrace that. Oh, I'm out of power. Just took a second there to verify that my recording's still running. I've been doing this for a while. And I'd really hate to discover that I was talking to myself for 20 minutes of it. Okay. We have automatic tin. That's pretty thrilling. I'm gonna need a lot more conveyor belts in order to run that for the iron. At some point soon, I'm also going to want more lithium. Okay, let's get power. Start the conveyor belts hard at work. So we need copper over here. So the setup here is it makes basic conveyor belts with a little bit of copper. And then it requires 10 bars, or 10 plates, so 10 bars, and copper wires. Plus those basic conveyor belts. All that comes together to create actual conveyor belts. I made this with the... I put this together before I had real conveyor belts. I could probably speed this up a bit by upgrading the conveyor belts. So one interesting thing, and kind of frustrating, is figuring out whether or not you need a storage hopper beside things. So right here you'll see my output is just right off along a conveyor belt and it dumps into here. When there is one item being output, usually you can just use a conveyor belt. If there's only one item being input, usually you can use a conveyor belt. So right here, I have to use a storage hopper because this is actually taking one copper bar and creating 15 basic conveyor belts. So 1 to 15, you need this to hold the 15. Let's go grab some copper bars and then grab some lithium ore. We're down to 6 coal. So, nice. It can be a little hard to predict what is going to get precedence when you do something like this. So, right now my my ore thief is kind of winning. First my ore thief empties and then it takes the tin. I like that. I'm cool with that. So we'll let it do. Usually whatever's going in the straight line is what goes first, but not always. Every once in a while I seem to create a weird situation where it doesn't seem to work like that. Grab power, go for lithium. So the tin is happily going along. This really... I don't have any sort of upgrade in here at all, but it's enough to keep one conveyor line active, which is a lot. Maybe I don't want to automate the iron, because I'm not sure the iron's ever going to get a chance. I can always create a new thing, though. I can run a new smelter in order to keep it smelting. Yeah, we're gonna put up the iron, for which we need conveyor belts. Besides, the annoying part there was all the power items so I could do the guns. The guns are created, so might as well. Amusingly, right now, the thing I'm running low on is copper, because the copper is still using the old style smelter. double up on lithium here. I need a whole bunch of conveyor belts. Oh, I'm already out. Okay. Let's just stick 110 bars in there. 100 copper bars in there. And 10 copper bars there. And that should be good to go for quite a while. Let's stick the lithium in here. Go grab any copper bars I've got. I really need to start collecting coal again. 670 coal is an okay amount, but if I run into another cave and put lights everywhere, I'm gonna run a little low. So let me grab
Crafting.
a storage hopper and replace it back here. So when you start the game, you get this nice early coal. It's only like 4 deep. This will start running out sooner or later. You get a couple thousand coal out of it, maybe. Your central power hub doesn't use coal very quickly. It's extremely efficient, which is why it's so nice to use early on. Another orbital debris. Every time that happens, it scares me. I was looking right at it as it came down, but it was still alarming, as probably it should be. So I gotta decide what I'm gonna do while I'm waiting on all these conveyor belts, because I really need probably another 50. Yeah, 50. Let's go fix my second lift. Brilliant. Or, even better, let's start getting that coal over there cleaned out. So I'm gonna need a drill for that.
Crafting.
I'm also going to need, actually, let's still this one. Oops. None infested. That's great news. I'm gonna do 30 minutes. Does that mean I've already been recording for like an hour? If so, I'm sorry. Okay, which one do I want out of the way more? Probably this one. Drill. Oh, I'm gonna need a PDG. One PPG, one mini hopper. I got big hoppers. I'm probably gonna need a couple more big hoppers. So there's a fun setup here you can do where you put the PTG down. This only works for coal, obviously. But you put the PTG down right beside your drill. You put a big storage hopper here and a little storage hopper here. You give it a little coal to get it started, and as long as it gets backed up often enough to transfer coal back over here, it will feed itself. So perpetual until the coal runs out energy. In practice, every once in a while, it probably will run out of coal in here because this wasn't full long enough. But hey, nothing's perfect. Let's do there, or actually, yeah, we want it to have to leave like this, because if I stuck the construction paste grinder right against it, it would burn through it too quickly, and we'd end up with running out of coal, running out of power. That is not going to do much. Let's actually put it on the other side. news here is if I run through and grab this often enough, this will get rid of this coal for me without me having to sit here and dig it. And then I have 167 conveyor belts. That's probably enough to go downstairs and run up the iron. All I'm really going to need is the conveyor belts. Don't need to grab anything else. Be back soon. So we can go under, we can go inside. We need to end up outside of the laser though, so let's go outside. Actually, let's just stick some light here. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. So I am gonna need guns. I'm gonna need more guns. Oh hey, this finally caught up. Huh. I might want to just combine that one line that's going up. So I didn't really have to wait on the 150 conveyor belts. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna combine the line. It is getting backed up here though. But that's okay. If it's unbacked up enough that they can mix properly, I'm okay with that. Let's put a bunch of lithium through here. And let's make ourselves some guns. Let's do two guns. Two guns, but I'm also gonna need some power storage blocks, which means I'll probably need, well, I got 3 of those. Does not have to be. Okay, new plan. If I stick a gun right here, how much will it cover? Enough. Okay, enough. We don't need either of these. So build 2, I'm gonna highlight the conveyor belt, press Control, left click. Best thing ever until you kind of mess it up and it builds a giant mountain in the sky of some material you really didn't want to lose. That happens. But other than that, best thing ever. Go check on the power over on the tin one, because I do have concerns that these little wimpy power lasers aren't going to be able to keep up with the guns once the guns start having to clear Minax. Okay. Not okay. There we go. Yep, nice coverage. Almost. There we go. And they're zippering nicely. This is plenty of power. This is increasing. It will have plenty of power in a bit. Good deal. Okay, so we have tin automated, iron automated, copper automated, kind of slow, but automated. Lithium is manual for now, and I'm okay with it. Speaking of which, I should probably go get some more lithium ore, grab some more copper bars. What's next? I'm gonna figure that out and be back for another episode later. I think we're probably gonna have a little more automation to do. It might be time to start research. So I have a nice, impressive research array that I usually do. It takes up a lot of space, but it makes a lot of sense. I'm a fan of it. Maybe I'll be doing that. By the way, if you've been following along here, I think I'm supposed to remind you to subscribe. I've got a couple subscribers. Hello, Mike. And that's very thrilling. I didn't expect to actually have anybody watch these, but apparently you are, so that's great news. If anybody has any questions about certain things that I'm running around doing and not mentioning what I'm doing, please ask me in a comment, because I would love to tell you. Apparently I love the sound of my own voice, and I'm really enjoying making these. It makes it feel like I have a little more purpose to playing this game yet again, because I love playing this game. And I will be back soon with another episode.